Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the fourth episode of Sewayaki Kitsune no Senko-san. And last episode, we got to meet our neighbor girl, who seemed pretty nice, you know. Obviously, she didn't come across as super nice initially because there was a lot of noise making her upset. And then she opened the door to find, you know, her neighbor appearing to just be about to assault some random little girl. So, not exactly the greatest circumstances to meet someone over, I suppose. But after we talked things out and cleared some misunderstandings, it was all good. She came over for Nikujaga. We convinced her that it was cosplay, and yeah, we all got along great. So, you know, that was nice. So now that we've, you know, done all that stuff, I guess we'll see what we're going to do today. So let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. You know, after we get through all of our title cards, like Katakawa and Funimation. I recognize those ears anywhere. Oh, yeah, it's typical day for him, I suppose. Or maybe it's worse than usual. I guess I could see that too. I'm not as familiar with the thickness of his despair as she is, so. Because life isn't fair, that's why. Aw. I started to laugh, but then it just, the sadness got to me partway through. It was funny until it was sad, I guess is a good way to put it. Uh, I'm a little bit surprised that the other Fox girls haven't, like, appeared, you know, at the apartment yet. And what is with all the, like, washing machine and all like, yeah, all the spinning and stuff? Yeah, that should make sense because the food's what got her there. You just imagine walking home after, well, you know, going home after a long day of work, and that's what you see first thing, you know. Also, I do like all the faces of Senko we get there. Why is she in the rice cooker? I still want to know that too. Why must you work on a day off? Well, I'm sure that's true, but it doesn't really solve the problem. Yeah, I'm sure that makes a big difference, so. Because he has Senko, I do have a limited amount of sympathy for him. You know, my jealousy kind of overshadows that a bit. Well, oh. That would be amazing. I wish I had a Senko to wake me up in the morning. Because, yeah, it would be much better to be woken up by, like, a kiss or something than a loud alarm. If you're one of those people that have the option. But not everyone does. Well, that's helpful. It's the combination of the two which is kind of what makes her a character. Well, I think we're about to... I think we're about to... Yeah, we're doing it. Well, just wake him up when he needs to wake up. I know I'd probably be tempted to let him sleep because he needs more sleep, but if he's trusting you to be his alarm clock, you gotta follow through with that. Oof. This just looks so soft and fluffy. uh, I wouldn't resist. Just putting that out there. What if I could grab a pillow and simulate the fluffy tail? It probably wouldn't be the same. Hello, bird. I suppose. But you still have to wake him up. Yeah, let's not forget that part. I know you probably won't want to, but... Yeah, I knew this would be the struggle. To wake him up or not to wake him up, that is the question. I know the feeling. I don't think you can wake him up being quite that gentle. Uh, Getting progressively more aggressive with this. Which is a good way to do it, you know? Only be as forceful as you have to get them up. He's gonna be in bed for the next couple hours, isn't he? Well then. Uh, that tail. You can tell she's excited. No, no, just go back to sleep. It's all good. So yeah, so far this is more or less going how I expected it to. All this talk of bed kind of makes me want to go back to bed. Especially because it's like right next to me. uh, Again, Senko, I would be more than okay with you pampering me. I wouldn't fight it in the slightest. Well, that's true. You know, shouldn't be working on Sunday or Saturday or Friday or Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Getting kind of. I feel like we're going backwards now. Oof. Yeah, just sleep. Just sleep. you can you can fluff it all you want. That's funny. Especially because, you know, remember the one YouTuber Lost Pause would sometimes censor out not safe for work words by using fluff or fluffy, so that makes it a lot funnier to me. Yeah. You can fluff my tail all you want, and trust me, I would. I would take her up on that offer. You'd have to wash it thoroughly afterwards. Oh, it's 3 hours later than I should have woken up. You were asleep as long as you needed to be. Don't worry about it. Worst thing that could happen is you'd be fired from your job, and then you get to be a NEET, and how amazing would that be in this situation? uh, I love Senko. You enjoy the pampering, you know it. I don't think she will. She got pretty excited earlier. She's not wrong. Little head tilt. As a person. Okay. You work too much, man. I love that tail. It just keeps moving. I want to grab it. I promise I'll wake you up properly this time. Oh. Wow, she's so into it. She makes some great faces in this show. I kind of want Senko to get in the Mikan box. Because it would remind me of my favorite visual novel, Wanko to Kuroso. Well, maybe not favorite, my first ever visual novel, I meant to say. Which was about a guy that had a pet dog girl named Mikan. For those of you that haven't played that. That's one way to light a stove. I wonder if cooking instructions account for that. Well, yeah, that should be obvious. Yeah, I'm sure they have their uses, but I have Foxfire, why would I ever use one? That would be much more useful. You have your own nightlight, yeah, use it. Yeah, she knows what she's doing. She's not gonna burn the place down. A bath using her fire for heat would be amazing. Well, machines do a lot, yeah. Maybe that's why there's so many convenience machines in the opening. To show how outdated box magic is. Oh wow, she really just said that. Oh, Senko, you are too great. That's the most important thing. Although, yeah, I did kind of take the fun out of it. Foxfire would be no match against the rain, as demonstrated here. Yeah. Hope you have an umbrella. I mean, Senko did in that one shot, so. Ah, the sun's overrated. It just burns people. Okay, he's good. Is it that hard? It looks moderately hard. Just shoot a beam into the sky like Maid Dragon. You really, when they're right next to each other like this, you can see really how much shorter she is than him. She is like pick up and spin around levels of tiny. Yeah, she's not really great with technology, I don't think. I mean, she struggled with the video game for a similar reason. I mean, when you're an eternal lolly, you're gonna be treated like a little girl and an old woman, like, a lot, so. That's just how it goes. Because that's kind of the appeal of, eternal lollies. You kind of get some aspects of both of those types into one character. That does look complicated. Meanwhile, I just have a swamp cooler that I just flip a couple switches on and it's on. And a simple heater that just has a thermostat that you turn up and down. The tech in my home is pretty basic. Okay, you look quite educated there. Yes, she's not an old woman at all. That shouldn't be too complicated. Are you a cat that gets scared of it? Because my cat gets scared of the vacuum. Jab Senko. Don't back down from his opponents. But yeah, it's clearly more complicated than my vacuum. More buttons. Mine is an on and off switch, then it's like, that's it. Well then turn it Well then turn it off, don't just whack it with a stick and hope for the best. What are you looking up, maids? If you're looking at maids, you might want to attach the word Rule 34 next to it. It'll get you better pictures, I assure you. Or 18 plus, that works too. I really don't think he would say that. No one sane would ever say that. Yeah. Besides, if he didn't want you around, I'm sure other people would happily invite you into their home. The washing machine from the opening. The true final boss. The washing machine is a housewife's best friend. The start button. You hit the start button. If that adventure, I guess. There you go. It moved. So you probably did it right. Are you gonna get inside of it and spin around like in the opening? Although it was a rice, I think it was a rice cooker she did that with, but still. I think they were also in the washing machine. Yeah, the rice cooker was just the tail. I think yeah, they did. I think they did it in the washing machine too. Oh, well, did you use too much detergent or something? Well, just when in doubt, do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. You know? Well, just use your Foxfire. I don't know, that's not the type of stove I have, so... Got it to work, though, so good for you. I have an electric stove that just has, like, you know... The top get red and hot, and then you put stuff on it. No direct open flame. And now we get to the rice cooker. Or something cooker, I don't know exactly what it is. All the labels are in Japanese. Yes, you should make some umeshu so I can find out what that is. Yeah, machines can't do everything. Just most things that matter. Especially now that, you know, certain types of robots are getting better. I do enjoy just watching Senko do her activities while Kuroto's at work. Oh, is it cold? Did you turn it out? Did you turn the air conditioner on too high? Oh. Because you use the television remote? Maybe? Oh. Well, now what do we do? He's gonna take pictures of us again, and then we'll melt or something, I guess. Uh. Okay. Sure. Just hit buttons until it stops. Well, that's... You're not doing what you want to do there, Senko. Quite the opposite. Okay, so it was the rice cooker. Oh no, everything is just breaking down around her. What do we do? You're destroying the house, Senko. He's gonna be pretty upset when he gets home. Oh no, it's a revolt. The machines are taking over. Senko, run away. Maybe you should have her come over to help. Yeah, hitting random buttons helped before, so it can only make things better. Wow. A lot of things are controlled by that remote. Not the tissues. Please stop with the yelling. Oh. Did she trip the breaker? Well, she's okay now that the electricity is gone, because that's the machine overlord's power source, so... They can't attack anymore. Luckily, they're not solar powered or anything. You still alive, Senko? Aw, it's been a rough day for her. I feel so bad for her. She was just trying her best and the machines tried to attack her. No, you're not. You just had a rough day. You should have taught you how to use some of these things better. That was after they tried to attack me. Yeah, there you go. That's what I figured. I mean, it was obvious, but not to a 800-year-old fox girl. Oh. The door's even partially open, so... You probably should. What the heck? Wow, you just shoved all those in the freezer. I think that's literally all that's in there. It's okay, you didn't do too much damage or anything, and you tried your best. Yeah, no worries, it's fine. Oh, that's so true. That is so true. That's all you really need from this girl. Just smile when I show up, and that's about. I'm good. Yeah, I'm with him there. That's what we. That's the most important thing, truly. Oh well. Sure. Oh, so we are bringing these characters up again. He's fine. Hey, Jokey, my darkness has already appeared. It's not even at my house yet. Okay. Yeah, next episode we're gonna get one of them. Shiro, the best one. Okay, that should be fun. If we have a couple of fox girls competing for affection from our main protagonist. Because, you know, he totally deserves to get two of these foxes and me none. That's apparently what's happening here. I feel like we see some wealth and inequality here. You know, hoarding all the fox girls for himself. That's very not okay, dude. Just bringing that up. It's the tail is just there, and yet I can't actually touch it. It's kind of infuriating. Such a tease. Oof. If I had a tail like that, I would play with it all the time. And now we should have our POV segments, so I'll turn up the volume a little bit. Yes, I'm so glad to be home, Senko. It's been a long day, you know. Well, that sounds great. That sounds even better. Yes, I was actually about to bring that up. You're way ahead of me, Senko. Yeah. Can you tell me a bedtime story? Pat my head. I guess, I guess I'll have to do that. A little bit. Yeah, not quite. That's even better than my suggestion. Please do so, Senko. Huh. Oh, I guess it's over. Okay, that's fine. So that was the fourth episode of Sewayaki Kitsune no Senko-san. And this episode, yeah, the big thing with this episode was, you know, the machine takeover. But before that, the main protagonist had a bit of a rough day. A thicker amount of dark miasma around him than usual. And, you know, we decided that the best way to handle tomorrow would be to wake him up in a more natural, loving way. Because, a machine alarm clock going off, that's not a very pleasant way to wake up. I mean, if you have a song that you really like, play for it. That's better than if it does like a those are the worst. I had an alarm clock at that in high school. It was horrible, but now I have like a smartphone that I can play the music of my choice as an alarm, which is still set to the Sakura Trick opening theme song. That's still what that is. I've been meaning to change it to something else at some point, but that's still what I got. And that is better. If you can have some custom music as your alarm, but what's better than that still is if you have just a nice fox girl that can just be like, hey, sweetheart, wake up. And, wake up. And that just like progressively shakes you more and more. Maybe gives you a kiss or two and a head pat and shove her fluffy tail in your face. Things like that to wake up to is much more pleasant than, an alarm clock. There's also one more thing that she could do to wake you up, but that's not safe for work to mention. But, the point is that she can do a lot of more pleasant things to wake you up aside from just some annoying alarm clock. And she decided to actually do that. She had to push for it a little bit with him, to get him to trust her to wake him up, but he agreed to it in the end. And she tried to wake him up, but it was a little bit difficult because he's a heavy sleeper, and she's kind of susceptible to him giving her instructions, basically. I mean, it's not a very good way to put it, but that's pretty much what happened, He kept saying things like, no, 5 more minutes, I'm good. And then, she would give him 5 more minutes, and she started to figure out that when he's in this state, he's much more, open for pampering. And that got her really excited. We got a lot of great faces from Senko throughout that entire thing. And she was, more than happy to pamper him and baby him in this state. And that's just kind of how it is. When you're like, just woke up, you really are in a real different state than usual. Like, you're much more open to things, in a much different sort of mood than when you're fully awake, And, and she can take advantage of that, and she pretty much did, And, but the problem is he did not wake up when he wanted to the night before. It's kind of funny how the night before you go into bed, you can be like, hey, I want to get up at 8 o'clock. And that's important to me. I'm going to do that. And then your alarm goes off at 8 o'clock and you just turn it off and you just say, you know what? Just 5 more minutes. I don't really need to be up right now. At least for me, that's how I always feel. I tell myself when you want to be awake at a certain time for a certain thing, but when it's actually that time and I'm in my sleepy, half awake, half asleep state, I'm just like, you know what? It's not actually that important. I don't know what I was thinking. It's not actually that important. Go away. And then when I actually am fully awake, I think, you know what? No, it actually was that important. I missed it. Good job, me. That's kind of my struggle. The struggle of waking up is always rough. But yeah, that was that. And then the second half was more focused on the whole machinery thing because she's an 800-year-old, fox girl god, so she's not really all that familiar with fancy new devices like vacuum cleaners and rice cookers and washing machines and stoves. This all advanced tech is just not really her strong suit. Especially earlier with the stove, she just used her own foxfire that she fully controlled. Didn't actually use the stove at all. It was just kind of, the location of it, really. Didn't actually use any knobs or anything. To cook things, and if that worked for her, that's fine. I don't see any problem with that. But later on, she tried to use all this stuff, like the air conditioner and stuff, and it just didn't work out very well. It got colder than it should have been. The TV went on. She turned it up louder when she meant to turn it down. The vacuum cleaner was eating tissues. The washing machine was spewing spuds, and everything was just going wrong, basically. And she was screaming and yelling, and the neighbor was just like, could you be quiet over there? Seriously, I'm trying to get some work. I'm looking at maids on Google Images, or Pixiv, whatever it was. And she just kept doing what she was doing over there until the power finally went out. She's like, oh, I broke everything. Okay, I'm just gonna go cry in a corner now because I ruined everything and Master's gonna hate me. This is horrible. And then he showed up to his dark room, and she clearly looked very sad and upset, but he reassured her that it's okay. If all that she can do is just smile at him when he shows up and let him play with her fluffy tail, she has more than served her requirements, to live there. Like, that's enough rent right there. Paid if you can just do those two things. Anything else is just, frosting on the cake, I guess. But yeah, I'd say she could afford to learn a little bit more about this tech if she wants to use it, though. So hopefully he does show her some of that. And some of the tech really is more complicated than what I work with, especially, you know, the air conditioner. But at the very end, we got to see Shiro, I think they said her name was. And she's actually going to show up next episode, so that should be fun. That should be fun. I wonder how she will handle things, how Kuroto will take to her, whether he'll like her better or worse than Senko, whether how competitive those two Fox girls will get. Who knows? We'll see next episode. And I, for one, look forward to that, so there you go. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support my Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.